Coach Kenny here with a couple of good friends. One you might know as Brian Mackenzie, the founder of CrossFit Endurance. The other is Matty. We refer to him around here as Chip. Now what's going to happen is this. I'm going to combine a couple of things and go to my friend Brian on correlation of movements, or what we like to talk about in the business is correlates. Tomorrow we've got a back squat, some double unders, some chin-ups, and some pull-ups. We're going to use Matt as our guinea pig. Brian's going to talk about the similarities of those movements. Again, the biggest thing that we're trying to get down in our programming is how to move from one movement to the next and interrelate all of them. So it's not a bunch of separate movements, it's a bunch of movements that you can put together in becoming a movement expert. That is indeed our endeavor here. So, Brian, we've got a back squat, we've got a chin-up, a strict chin-up, and a burpee, and some double unders. If you wouldn't mind just taking a map through a basic description of all those things and how they interrelate, that would be awesome.
Okie doke. Good. Okay, let's go with the burpee first. Let's start with burpee.
Okay?
Okay, so from in movement efficiency, Carl Pally does an excellent job of explaining this, and this sets us up for back squat and everything else as well. So from the down position of the burpee, if we get you on the floor, what we like to see is that vertical forearm, so that we know, even though he doesn't have to support something like 1,000 pounds, but he could support 1,000 pounds if I was directly above him. We've got a good position here.
Right.
The first thing we like to see with that burpee is actually it's just pressing up, but keeping the butt on. So the hips stay on. So I'm just kind of going to snake up. So just, yeah, there we go. And from here, what we like is to throw the hips up. So you're going to throw those hips up and the feet will come up underneath the body. Beautiful. Then we come into the standing position and we can jump. So, not hitting that. Right? So, let's put that together really quick. So, we'll just come all the way down, follow through, press through, up, throw the hips. Look at how his feet land underneath him, straight forward position, right? We don't see where we have these movement inefficiencies where we see a lot of people where they go back, the feet go wide, then they try and pop back up, the feet land wide, I'm in a horrible position, efficiency's lost, it's costing me more energy.
So what we like to say around here is, booty tight, you're going to be alright.
That's right, booty tight, you're going to be alright. Right? All booty, all day, all night.
That's right.
Alright.
Cool.
So, from that transfer, what we're seeing is being engaged correctly, but following through with that hip extension, which is exactly what we see with the back squat, right? So, finding back squat position, we like the foot forward position as best as possible, maybe a little wider from the hips because we will have weight on our back, but the fact is set up correctly on the back squat, I'm using all the same muscles, all the same things that I would be using either in the burpee or in the strict chin-up, right? So, with the bar set on the back, I want that position to stabilize. I want to be in that finished position where I was with the jump, but executing correctly, so we're talking about load ordering, okay? So we're talking about setting that up to where if I pull the hips back first, I've got my posterior chain on, right? So hips back, knees come out, my pelvis stays stabilized, I descend correctly into that squat, come back up.
So sensation that you want, feeling is stabilization through here, also butt tight, UBI, leading through the hamstrings. That's that activation that Brian's talking about right there as you descend eccentrically in your back squat.
Butt tight, aye.
Butt tight, aye. Pretty simple around here.
Simple. So, with the chin up, right? One of the big things is I always talk about is like a push-up. Is where we test people. Is when we're doing push-ups, how long can you keep your butt tight? We'll find out you will let go of your butt, so your butt will deactivate before you blow up your arms or anything else, right? So the same thing applies here with the chin up, where if I come up on the bar, go ahead, how about? If I can get butt on, core on, the butt stays tight, I'm in the best possible position for going up. And this is the type of stuff you're going to see with gymnasts, right? Where we see gymnasts who are really solid and tight. So, keeping this in mind and executing this correctly, stay tight and pull and come all the way up. We see a tight pattern and we come down, right? Do it without the butt on, right? then it becomes sloppy. Then we start to see sometimes the knees get pulled up. We see all these sloppy patterns, a lot of things that we tend to see with everything else, right?
One little experiment that I'd like to play. I told Brian about this a little earlier, and you people here at CFLA know it. If you've been to my class, it's the tennis ball rule. So we're going to see if Matty can in fact hold the tennis ball if his butt's on or off. All right. So what we're looking for, Brian, when you go over the neutral head position.
So if we take shaka, hang loose. We're going to place pinky on one side of your collarbone, thumb on the other side, equal distribution. Index finger goes up, chin sits right on that index finger.
And one of the things we see a lot of times, and some of our students, when they're trying to execute a chin-up, is this. They lose their butt, and their booty comes out. Oh, hey, okay? We're trying to rearrange that. Butt tight, going to be all right. Shaka, neutral. Now, if we see you breaking, going into extension, you would effectively be losing the tennis ball. All right? So, tomorrow, if you're doing these chin-ups, and you're noticing that your coaches are giving you a tennis ball, it means that you've broken your head, and you've broken your ass. Brian, is that okay?
That is not okay.
That is not okay. That's from the founder of CrossFit Endurance down there. Boom. Suck it. Don't do that. Oh, butt tight. Alright? Alright. Lastly, the last movement that we're going to be doing is a double under. Whoa, Brian! How many things can we put together that actually have translation?
How many?
I don't know.
So, double under, same things applying exactly with what we were talking about coming up from that burpee, right? Foot position. Where are those feet? Are they underneath me? Are they wider? Are they jumping all over the place? Am I stable? Am I in a good position? So we find that good stable position again, which essentially is the same position you're finishing a back squat in, okay? We're still staying in this position with the pull-up, but the idea here is we're not losing control of not only that core, which also involves that booty, okay? Because if that booty ain't on, you're not going to be bouncing. You're going to be absorbing that in other places, and it's not going to feel okay.
One thing we've been talking about here at CFLA is as you keep your booty on, that also activates your hamstrings and activates your adductors. With those three things on, your legs are working very uniformly to keep the double unders very efficient, making your double unders progress the way you want them to.
Use your booty.
Use your booty. It's a pretty simple rule. All right, so thank you, Brian. Thank you, Chip. Thanks you guys for tuning in. That's our video for the day.
Woo!